So, do you know what I realised today? It's actually coming up to wedding season, which for me, this year particularly, is going to be quite a big deal because it's the most weddings I've ever done in one batch. I'm going to be shooting literally from early July up until like mid-September. I'm going to be fully booked. Hopefully I can keep up with the amount of weddings I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be editing a lot in the week. So I just wanted to mention that. Let's get to it. Let's talk about Faye and Ronnie's wedding day. So Faye and Ronnie actually booked me probably towards the end of last year, so it was a bit of a late booking, but they went for the full package, which includes the speeches, the ceremony in full, and 2 videographers. They're a super lovely couple. They invited me along to visit them at the venue, the Moor Farm Shop Cafe. It's quite close to where I used to live, well, my parents used to live. So it felt quite homely going back there and seeing my old village. But yeah, I never thought of actually filming at Moor Farm. I'm not sure how many weddings they do a year, but it was different. It was very different. So just going to go over some things from the day, just the things that stood out to me and what I found went really well. Some of my favourite parts of the day, really. So this was my first wedding of the year. It was good to get back into it, I guess. It was quite nerve-wracking because I hadn't done one since November, but I was excited to work alongside my good friend Alex Gunton, and actually shoot some multicam stuff, really. So the first part of the day was obviously the preparations. Always begins with the preparations and it goes into the ceremony. I was a bit concerned when I first saw the church. It was in the town centre of Shrewsbury, and I was a bit like, okay, how is everyone going to fit in there? It looks quite small, but in fact when you go in, it's just, I can't even describe it really. I'll just show you. I'll show you some shots over the top of this. But it's just so grand in scale. Like it's a big church indoors, and it looks so timeless. I was really shocked at how it looked on film. Aesthetically, it was really pleasing, and I knew it would make for a great ceremony. Yeah. So luckily the weather was pretty kind to us. Considering it was early March, it was a bit like, I guess it was a bit of a concern what kind of weather we were going to get on the day. I wondered for a second if we were going to get snow because we'd had like a snowstorm the previous week. That would have been kind of cool. Yeah, I do kind of want to film in the snow at some point. But hey, yeah, it was fairly dry. There was a few wet patches throughout the day, but we worked around that. Luckily though, and I almost missed it if it wasn't for my friend Alex, who came running to me whilst I was at the venue, saying, "Oh, there's a beautiful sunset outside. The sky's like really purple," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Let's go get that." As you know, probably from my previous wedding films, for those of you that have watched them, I like to film a few intimate moments between the couple. Just, I guess you could call it staged, but the idea is to make it look not staged and more kind of just genuine. I like to get the two of them standing with the sunset in the background, just kind of get like a few quiet moments of them talking to one another. It's really important to me that it doesn't look too staged, so how I do this is just get them to have a conversation about anything. It doesn't really matter, and I just say to them, pretend I'm not here, I'm just going to film some angles around you, and I'm not going to use the audio, so it doesn't really matter what they say. And that means I've just got a bit of, I can create a bit of a sequence, mix it up a bit of slow-mo, just them two kind of talking as they would do in real life, and I think that's a really cool element to my wedding films, is having that moment in there, and obviously having the backdrop of a sunset, just definitely a plus side. What else was there? Oh, okay, cool, yeah. So this wedding film, I didn't intentionally try to do this, but I thought I would mix it up a little bit and edit together the first dance a little differently than how I'd usually do it. My friend Alex, I was giving him a lift home afterwards, so usually with my second videographer, I send him home like before the first dance happens, because I don't need a second videographer for the first dance usually. But having Alex there anyway, I thought, well, you might as well grab something. So I stuck him on the 50mm, and I would film the wider shot, so a bit of audience in the background, people cheering, just a bit more of an epic feel to it. Luckily, Alex didn't stop recording throughout the entirety of that first dance, and I didn't either. So what that meant was I could basically layer those two clips on top and cut between them and have a bit of a multi-angle thing going on. And it gave a kind of live feel to the first dance, which I absolutely loved. and I used the audio. I basically got the track that he used their first dance. It was UB40's Can't Help Falling in Love. And what I did was I recorded audio as well as including the track over the top. And what the track does, it eliminates the audio, the music playing in the audio that you've recorded on the day, but you can still hear the cheering. So I've sung, yeah, does that make sense? I've synced the audio. I've synced the audio from the day, from the first dance, with the actual track and incorporated those together, and that helps, yeah, it helps to give it like kind of a more professional feel, which I absolutely loved. So that's definitely something now I know of I'm going to consider for next weddings. And I've got a lot of weddings coming up this year. As I stated previously, I think I have a wedding each weekend from July till September, and a few odd ones in the winter. But yeah, it's going to be quite a hectic wedding season for me. And to be honest, I can't wait. Just to be out there shooting, capturing real memories of people's day. Like, I couldn't ask for a better job. I mean, I say it's a job, but it's kind of not for me. I just love being around my camera. I love shooting things. And there's nothing more rewarding than kind of getting some feedback from my clients, from the couples I shoot for, and just hearing their wonderful comments about how it's like made them cry all over again. It's brought them back to that day. And that's, for me, that's the reason I do my job. The reason I took on weddings in the first place. And one other thing, just one other thing, and I'll let you go. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the style I choose to shoot my wedding films and the reason I do it. I was having a little think about this the other day. I was just sat on my couch watching some TV, and I thought about my style of filmmaking and how I see a lot of wedding films go for a very cinematic feel, with drone shots, you know, aerial point of views from the sky. It gives it a kind of really lush production value. And I'm all for lush production value. It's why I shoot on the camera I do. I like to give it that cinematic quality, but I like the idea of just documenting things and just capturing things as they happen, because it gives it that rawness, you know? That's what I want in my films. I want it to feel like a documentary. I don't want anything to feel staged. The bits that aren't polished up, a bit of camera wobble here and there, it adds to the kind of realness of the film. Nothing's false, you know? It's just capturing as it was on the day. It's just recreating it into a beautiful montage of your day. It's not to say I don't mind, you know, I like aerial shots, and I like sliding shots, but I'd rather get loads of different moments in the time I could have set up a slider shot. Maybe one day I'm going to go out and buy a drone and I'll start using it in wedding films, and everything I've just said now is complete bullshit. But I think I just wanted to point out the reason why I shoot the way I do. It's a style that I feel like is unique to me, and it's kind of my main selling point for my films. And yeah, it seems to be working so far. So if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and also subscribe to my channel if you want more films like this. And we have plenty more coming in the summer, so just keep your eyes peeled. And yeah, looking forward to the next vlog. I'll see you soon.